Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Real Sports Updates here. Back again with another video. So, on the Charger injury front, there are two bigger injuries, I think, to two star players that could really change things, I guess, in the long term. Not so much in the short term, but center Corey Lindsley, he has not practiced all week. He was still listed as out as far as the injury report went today, and it doesn't look like he is going to play on Sunday unless something drastic changes. You know, he was obviously injured in the Thursday night game against Kansas City. Now, the good news about it was there's no structural damage or anything like that. So I think this point, I think it's just about the soreness and, you know, whether or not he's, you know, able to have full range of motion, you know, when he's blocking and things like that. But it doesn't look like it's going to be anything long term. I think that's the good news about it. So, you know, even if he doesn't play on Sunday, I don't think it's anything to worry about long term. Now, with JC Jackson, the JC Jackson injury is a little bit different. Now, this was something that I said, you know, even before week one, the week leading up to week one. You know, I talked about the JC Jackson injury, and we can classify this as an injury. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are saying that it wasn't an injury. You know, this ankle thing was something that he was born with or whatever. But this is an injury now. This is being classified as an injury, as it should. He's not in practice. He's not practicing. He's not even doing individual stuff. I can imagine that his ankle is probably sore. He's probably having some you know, uncomfortable feeling in it. And I said as much a couple weeks ago. The thing, and I gave an example as well, too. He is, you know, a cornerback, and his movements are based off, you know, lateral movements, backpedaling, putting your foot in the ground and driving off of it. That's tough, and it's difficult to do if you have any type of ailment going on, anything really in your lower body, but specifically your ankle, because your ankle is obviously attached to, you know, your leg, your knee, and you get a lot of pressure in that area. So that's just what it is. You're driving back on it. You know, you're putting all your weight on that leg, on that ankle, and, you know, if you're uncomfortable, it can cause an issue. So, and I said as much. So JC Jackson obviously is probably not going to play in week 3. And I think the Chargers have to handle this a little delicately going forward, especially if you want JC Jackson there down the stretch. His ankle is going to have to heal completely. You know, like I said, if he is not in that like 90 to 95% area, then the Chargers should hold him out of games. They should not risk anything with him. He's in the first year of a 5-year deal. And, you know, obviously he was a high price free agent that the Chargers were able, you know, to snag this offseason. And, you know, I think he is going to mean a lot to whatever success the Chargers have this year and down the road. So this injury needs to be handled delicately. He has to heal. And I don't know if it is, you know, from the procedure that he had. I don't know if the injury is something that, you know, was pre-procedure as well too. But all I know is that this can be classified as an injury now. He tried to play. You know, he did play on it on last Thursday night. You know, he played okay. You know, he wasn't spectacular or amazing, but this is going to be a lingering thing. If you're not able to go in practice, you know, and this has been a long week too. It's been a long week. The Chargers last played on Thursday. It's 10 days until, you know, the following game. So that is clearly an injury. It's an injury now. So it's something to watch out for. And like I said, the Chargers have to handle this very delicately. You can't really go out there and play this guy when he's not ready to play. If he is, you know, he plays a game and then 10 days later he cannot go, that's not nothing, right? That's not anything to just, you know, hey, you know, we're not worried about that. That's something. That's definitely something. You know, especially when you look at Herbert, who had a much more serious injury with the rib cartilage, and he looks like he's going to go. JC Jackson, the fact that he probably is not going to play in week 3, it is a big deal. It definitely is a big deal. Don't kid yourself. Don't say, oh, it's nothing, whatever. No, it's a big deal because, you know, you're going to need this guy down the stretch. He is a guy that the Chargers, you know, paid a lot of money to, and, you know, he's somebody that is going to be counted on during the stretch, especially, when it comes to, clinching playoff berths and things like that. And, obviously we expect the Chargers to compete in the AFC West, try to get that AFC West crown for the first time in I don't know how many years, right? So he's going to be a guy that's crucial to the success of the Chargers this season. So they need to handle this delicately. He probably shouldn't be on the field on Sunday, and he probably shouldn't be on the field against Houston, probably at least, right? You're going to need some time for him, to get right, for him to feel right, with this ankle. And, hopefully this doesn't linger too long. I hope that it doesn't linger too long. Hopefully if he takes a few weeks off, like I said, he can get back to that 90 to 95% range if he's not going to be 100%. But that's pretty much where you want him. Anything less than that, you're taking unnecessary risk, especially this early in the season, because what you don't want to do is lose him for a while, right? Go on IR and lose him for 6 to 8 weeks. And, then you have to, make some changes on defense. You have to change the way you call defense as well too. That's not something that you want to do right now, especially for the Chargers. They're trying to get their footing as a team, and like I said, he's going to be crucial to all the success that the not all the success, but most of the success that the Chargers have, especially on defense. So that's something that they're going to have to watch out for. But that's what's going on the injury front this week. I know Trey Pipkins was on the injury report as well too, but he was limited in practice. I think he got some individual stuff in, so it looks like he's going to be ready to go. I think Donald Parham got upgraded as well too. He was out with a hamstring injury. He hasn't played this season yet, so it seems like he might go. I think he might come down to a game time decision, but we thank God there's not too many really serious injuries on the injury report. There's just some stuff that guys got to work through, and maybe take a game or two off and then they'll be back. But that's really what's going on now. So yeah, it looks like J.C. Jackson and Corey Lindsley will be out in week 3. But if Justin Herbert plays, I think this is a game that the Chargers can win without the both of these guys. But again, they're just gonna have to execute. I went over the running game, the lack of running game in the previous video that I dropped. I think if they get that going and they're able to take time off the clock and try to keep the Jaguars offense off the field, if they're able to do that successfully, I think they'll be able to win this game. But the Jaguars are competent, and this is not going to be a pushover game by any stretch. So if Charger fans, if you guys are thinking that, just completely let that go. Get it out of your mind right now. The Jaguars are competent. They're a competent team with a competent head coach. So it is going to be a pretty good game. I do expect the Chargers to win now that we have a little more clarification on Justin Herbert. He's practicing, he's throwing, he's doing all the stuff that he normally does, and he's doing it without pain, according to the Charger beat reporters, Daniel Popper and I think Haley Elwood, I think her name is. So things are looking good on that front. But again, this is not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be a pushover game. Jacksonville is a pretty good squad, and I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be very entertaining. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing a live stream. I'm going to go over some of the points that I think the Chargers need to hit on to be successful in this game, and also covering a little bit of the Jaguars as well, too. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Thank you guys for all the support. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Really appreciate all of you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out as well, too. I will see you guys again tomorrow with more content, and until next time.